What's up, guys? Daemonxel back again with another raid episode of my personal raid runs with my teams, where they're built up and what I'm scoring with them. As you guys seen from the first video when we went over my teams, they're not fully fleshed out. Rivendell is my highest team. They have the most sixes on them, but all my other teams are not really fully fleshed out. They're not all level 60. They're not all gear tier 8. They are not all 6s and 5s. A lot of them are 4s. Most of them are 3s, and we're going to see what we score with them. Now, with my Rivendell team, the highest I've ever scored with them is this 900,000 in Chapter 3 for a overall total run of 2 million. That's my highest run ever. But I was not able to duplicate this again. So, on average, as you can see here, what I'm shooting for is something like around 760. I would be happy with anything 760 over. I'm looking for an 8. Ideally, I'm looking for 900 with this team. I have made some changes with the Rivendell team. The changes I made was I was able to bring up Naramiri up to 58, and I was able to get that 6 on her special 2 to give the additional stamina out to an ally, which is going to come in handy on this run. So this is my first run running it with that. Our team right now is at 40,005, and I'm going to show you guys the strategy that I'm using for this team. Ideally, what I want is Elro here to get marked, where it's always going to be opening up with Elro here and Naramiri, and then they're going to go until we get runes so I can go faster. But I'm looking to get marked here. If Elrond here gets marked, it's a failed run. If Naramiri gets marked, it's a failed run. Eldon's never going to get marked first because he is a tank. They do not target tanks off the bat. So, obviously, I could do it with Arwen. I would have to... it would push me a little bit behind the 8-ball. The strategy I have for my opening is get Elro here marked, use Arwen to put immunity on him, and then I can go a full round before I'm able to taunt or anything else, because I'll remove marked by using his special 2, and of course, marked will go on someone else. And then I'll just cleanse through that. But if you guys have a more efficient strategy than that to score higher, please let me know in the comments below or reach me out to Discord, because obviously I would like to hit that 900 mark more often. So we're going to try and get the marked on him. If I can't get it this run, I'm just going to pause the recording, and then I'll come back as soon as I get him marked. Alright, so he didn't get marked, so we're going to go ahead and forfeit this, and I'll be back until when he is. Okay, we're back, and we got exposed on Elro here, what we want. They built up 5 stacks on him. We're going to give him immunity now, so now he can go another turn without getting any stacks. But weaken on him. We're not going to use our heal, because we're probably going to use that as soon as one person drops. So we're just going to do a basic. Alright, so now we're going to drop Mark because he's going to come into stealth. And then we got Arwen now. And now we're going to taunt off of Arwen. We're going to do a tidal wave. And we're going to do a heal. Get the stamina going. Who's got it? I believe Eldon's got it right now. Yep, he's got marked. Alright, so I could do the AoE. It's always, for me, it's always touch and go here. I'm just going to pause this timer, as you can see. This is where I run into trouble. Should I let him die and then bring him back and hold on to this taunt till he comes back to pull marked off again? Because really, it's just to get that score, which is we want survivability for this team. Maybe we should just let it play out, or should I, now that I have retaliate 6 on his passive, 6 on his basic, should I put the taunt on him so that Elroy here can kind of just whittle them down? I don't know what the best play is for this. Again, so if you guys have suggestions, let me know in the comments if I'm doing something wrong. Those of you that are consistently scoring higher in this, you guys let me know. We're going to go ahead, and what I've been doing is just, as soon as he gets marked, I haven't been doing anything, but I haven't taken the retaliate into consideration. But I think we're going to hold off on the taunt, so when he comes back, we'll have that right to go at the beginning. Alright, now we're going to heal. We're going to bring Éowyn back. We got marked now on Arwen, so we're bouncing the marked all over the place. Probably say bring Mangler out, so it just limits our damage intake. She's going to die. Alright, now we're going to get our taunt. Now it's just all about survivability here. I think this is gonna be a failed run. We're going to, so now I'm gonna drop it off of him. Everyone's gonna get hit. He's gonna die. So, but we have to drop marked off. Arwen back. Yeah, he's gonna die. See, grant him immunity. And yeah, now we're definitely not hitting that 900 now. I'll say that. We're still able to bounce marked around. I think that's all she wrote for this run. So 714. That's what we ended up with. I'm going to do a couple more runs off camera, and we'll come back to this. Alright, so I wasn't able to come up to that 760 plus, so what we're going to do is we're going to run our other teams through, and I'm just going to do and show you basically my strategies for running these teams, because obviously I'm going to split them up a bit. So with this team, I'm going to be running Éowyn, we're going to be running Éowyn, we're going to be running Halberad to give us our second taunt off of that. We're going to be running Éomer, and it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, if we had another healer, that'd be good. We could run Ironhide with this team. We can run Pippin with this team, and we'll see what we can do. Usually, it's a mix between what I'm going to do with the Isengard and who I have left over. But yeah, we don't really have a cleanse. We have two. We have a heal, and we have 2 provokes. So let's run Strider, and I'm just going to fast forward through these guys. So basically all it is trying to keep our team healed and bounce marked between the 2 guys. We want one of our 7 stars. We either want Éomer or Strider to actually get the marked first, so we can provoke off of them. And yeah, I'm just going to run this, and through the one time, I'm going to fast forward. Now, all these other teams I'm going to run through the first time off camera. I'm going to run them until I get the score that I want to get, because this chapter for me is always lengthy. It's always RNG for me. So I'm going to flash at the end the scores that I did get from them, so I can show you guys on the submit screen. And yeah, I'll touch on the end. We'll go through, see what my overall score is again at the end of the video. But let's just run through these other teams real quick. And this is why we try to keep the video down because we spent 10 minutes just on Rivendell. So let's just run through these other teams real fast. Again, I'm going to fast forward through it and enjoy the music, because there's no other strategy I really have for this team. Again, I'm winging it for Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is a whole nother animal. But yeah, as you can see, my strategy is get one of these two guys marked, and then if I get my provoke off with Éowyn, then I will heal with Halbrand, and then when he goes down, I'll pull marked off of him. And yeah, we'll just go that way. So we definitely don't want the Éowyn, because she's our only cleanse, so we do not want her marked. So we're going to keep going until we get one of these two guys marked. Alright, here we go. Obviously, I'm going to fast forward, so enjoy the music. Alright, so we scored 478,000. That actually might be the highest I've scored with this team. Let's look at the map here. They are my team 4. So yes, that is the highest I've scored with them. So we are actually going to submit that score. And we got one team locked into place now at 478,000. So let's go ahead and move to our Isengard, because again, that's going to be a mixture of what we're going to do with these characters. So I think we're going to run it with Gazra, and we're going to go Dunher. We want Pippin. Obviously he's low. He's not going to take. He's not going to take as many hits as I want. Where's my other guys? Let's see. Oh, we don't want Dunher there. We want Uglock there, Dunher back there, Maher, and we're going to try this team. It may not be the best. I mean, I've also run with Nuraz as well, which we could do that instead of Gazra, because Gazra doesn't bring anything really to the table that we want. He's just, he can take a few hits. He can take a full 10 stacks before dying. But let's do that. Let's bring Nuraz. Obviously my Nuraz is not leveled very far at all, so this may be a failed run. Again, we're going to fast forward through it until I can get what I want. As you can see, all threes here. He's only level 43, and he's gear tier 6, and he's 4 stars. So, it is what it is. And, yeah, let's bring Dunher back in the front, and let's try it out. Again, I'm going to fast forward. There's really no strategy I have with this one. It's just trying to go and cleanse and, you know, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I could provoke right off the front with him, get him marked, but since he's almost 7-star as it is, he's going to be a lot tankier. I may want to use that provoke later on to draw it off of somebody else instead of him dying right in the beginning. So let's try this out. This is going to be a failed run because I want Maw her or Dun her to actually take the hits instead. Well, we'll continue on. So as you can see, not a very good run itself, 199,000. The best I have done with this team itself, they are my team 2, is around 280. That's where I want to be, somewhere between 270 and 290. That's what I'm shooting for. So I will run them again and again and again until I can get that score. So let's move right on into another team. Let's do the Haradrim now. Now, my Haradrim actually is between Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. I was able to upgrade a bit more. Tibid. Beckaloo is 7 stars. I was able to get some of her abilities up, so she's now 7,000, and of course now she's geared tier 8. Again, they're not all level 60, but we're now at a 26,000. So let's see how we run. And again, it's just cleansing and provoking and turn meter off of these guys, and it's just trying to keep them all up as I progress. Alright, so we end up with 323,000. I believe that's the highest score I've got for this team. No, the highest score I got is 337,000. So, again, I'm going to play around with this. And with RNG, I should be able to score a lot higher. So let's move on to our last team. And our last team is Balin's Expedition, again, and Killian Philly. They are not going to score very high, because, again, I have not put anything into them. Over the last couple weeks, I've been focusing on certain teams here and there. So let's go ahead and get Balin's Expedition in here. Orphim, Balin, Philly, Romeo, and Killy. Okay, so again, this team is 19,000. I've only scored, the highest I've scored is 270,000, but on average, about 230 is what we're looking for between two. Well, I'm shooting for 250. That should put me in the average of where I am. Anything above that is a bonus. So again, I'm going to run through this, and it's all about kind of Bane cleansing through Lord Balin. But for some reason, every run I've ever done, they always focus Balin first. I do not know why, but again, I'm going to run through this, at fast forward speed. So enjoy the music, and we'll see you at the end of the run. So as you see, that was a really bad run. I didn't even break 200,000. So I'm going to run all these teams again off camera. I will come back to the screen at the end here to show you exactly the scores that I've got, and then we'll go through the personal journey and the personal, and we'll see exactly where we were beating out last week's. So I'll be back. All right, guys, so we went ahead and reran those teams, and I recorded them so you can see here the final scores as we submit them. Now, I was able to run the elf team here again, and I got that most anticipated. I was just shy of 900k, but we got 878,058. I will take that in a heartbeat. And as you can see, we ran the same characters we were running before. It just took some RNG, some running through, and just better choices than I made before. So let's go ahead and move to our other team. Well, actually, first, let's go ahead and implement this into our spreadsheet so we can keep track from week to week. Make sure I get the right number here. Now, we went ahead and did the Isengard team. As you see, we got 277.5. Now, we went ahead and changed out Nurez. We changed out Pippin because they just were not tanky enough. I need to get more stars on Nurez. He is a fantastic character to add in here. But Lomian, he's at 6 stars. Obviously, he's not fully built up, but he was great for this team to secure that higher number of 277. Now, our Haradrim, we did fantastic with. Props to getting more abilities on... was it Beckaloo we put more abilities on, and she's now 7 stars, so we got 329 from this run, which I think is right in line with where I wanted to be. It's a little bit more than last week, and of course our last team, we didn't do so hot. We did 244,000. Again, I had to pull out Killy, and we put Gimli in just to get another tank in there to pull Marked off of 1 or 2 characters. And yeah, it was a dirty run. Lots of runs, and I just decided to go with that score because it was about 2:30 in the morning, and I was done. So our grand total of points is, let's go to the personal track here. We got, what is this here? Coming up, 2.2 billion, 2.2 million, it looks like. We got for our final score in Chapter 3, which is the highest I've done. And as you can see here, last week, we didn't even break 2 million. So we did well above what we wanted against last week and the weeks previous. So we got our Gandalf shard. I hope you guys found this video informative, entertaining at least. And until see you guys again, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Adventure safe. And good luck to you and your fellowship.